basically they had to go out, they would eat alligators, they would eat what else? Turtles, frogs, and fish. They couldn't eat rabbits and deer because those are mammals, and here it's very wet most of the year. So, bless you. And so the alligators are the biggest animals that they could potentially bring home for food. Now a gator only needs to really eat before it loses weight about once or twice a month. Okay? Something small. Yeah, be nice to your mother, okay? Poke her with a stick, for God's sake. Alright, now over here we got the two alligators up front. And you can see that they have little spikes on their backs. Those are made of hard bone. And there are little plates that will kind of float freely on the back of the alligator's muscle. And their spine sits below all that muscle. So if a gator were to get essentially hit with a car, they might actually make it. Because they are covered in armor that kind of moves around, and they have a lot of muscle and cartilage before it even touches their spinal column. That's pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to go in there and handle these gators. Remember, what I do here to entertain y'all is stupid, reckless, and outside of this park, it's illegal. So if you try to do anything I do here, because I make it look like cake, I've been doing this for a while. It's second nature for me. And even I should be scared when I'm in there, if I have any common sense at all. I have been bit multiple times, and again, if anybody tries to do this out on your own, if you get eaten and you die, it's all your fault. Okay? I'm just straight up.
So if they attack you, we ain't helping you, right?
Correct. And I've been attacked and nobody's helped me. Honestly, it would be anything I would do that would help me get out of it. More than someone else coming in would not really be able to help me much. And that's a very bleak perspective, but it's honest.
That's scary.
On that note, guys, let's get started. So the gators in here, like I said, they have tried to kill me a few times because if they don't know a person, then they're going to try to escape. And if they got nowhere to go, they're coming at you, all right? So that's why if you ever see a wild gator and it's on the land, if you try to get close to it, if you get close, it's going to want to run to the water. And if you're in between, say there's like a gator here, right? And then you got all this open space, right? And I would go up to a wild alligator, which, first of all, you shouldn't do. If people try to get a picture and the gator gets scared, where do they want to go? And then the gator is going to come in hot. And then the people get bit in the leg because the gator just wants to get out of the way and just wants to get in the water, and you just got in the way. And so that sometimes people think that they're getting attacked when they just don't understand what's going on. Here we go. Now, immediately, people see how the alligators in here treat me, and they think the animals are trained. That's not the case. It's unnecessary. I've worked with thousands of gators in captivity, and I've used probably like 60 or 70 in the last 10 years at handling shows of different parts. And some of them are workable, and some of them, it takes a little bit longer. But most of them are pretty smart, and they understand I'm not here to hurt them. Now, what's more important is I know what makes them uncomfortable.
Now, do you work with the same alligators all the time?
I do. I've only been here about 1.5 years. Now, we've had other alligators in here, but I've taken them out because these two get along the most. Huh. I think he knocked one of his teeth out. What the heck? He ate a bird. There's black feathers and blood in his mouth. He ate a bird. I don't even see where it is though. Like there's no feathers left behind. I see a little blood down here. Damn. Wow, that is a first. Holy crap. Okay. I mean, these are like my little dogs, basically. I don't usually see them eating random animals that come in here. There's a peacock that walks around here. Oh, what the heck?
Walk.
What's that?
Walk.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And well, it came in here while I was in the middle of a show, and the gator started chasing it around. And I had to, like, I basically saved its life. So, folks, we're going to handle him in a minute. That is crazy, though. No, he didn't bite her. I was going to say, where's that? The blood didn't come from his mouth. That's another animal's blood in there.
Oh, it's heavy.
All right. Get your picture quickly.
What's she weigh?
That's personal. Probably like 160 pounds.
Wow.
But it's very awkward weight. Okay. But it helps to have her like right against my body while I'm carrying her, so it makes me feel a little bit lighter. Now, the Native Americans would have to get the gator meat whole alive, right? So the animals had to be live. So I'm going to wrap my throat around the front of her mouth so my hands can let go to tie up the jaws. This is how they would actually provide for their family back in the day.
Oh, great.
Thank you. Now look at the spikes on her back. The male has much larger spikes on his neck. Why do you think that is?
He's more likely to fight.
Correct. Now he needs more protection because he's more likely to fight. Now who is the male fighting for?
The female.
It's all about the ladies. See, he already understands. Now, I want to go ahead and handle the big guy. Oh, I'm seeing some more feathers in here. Oh my God, that is nuts. You guys are it's gonna look really good in the pictures, I'm telling you. I'm gonna get him to open his mouth to try to bite my hand. And I hopefully won't get swine flu. Okay? Hey, buddy. So I'm gonna get him right here where I was with the female. Okay? Now remember, these gators do respect me, but it's not perfect. Like, it will try to eat me if I like slip and fall or something. Or when I come in here and feed them once a week, they do attack me then too. People think feeding the gators makes them love you. That is not, couldn't be further from the truth. Now I'm going to basically set off an instinct in his mouth to open up his jaws and shake around and get my hand in there. That's what he's going to try to do. It's called a feeding response. Check it out. See the feather?
See the blood.
How was your snack? Okay, see feather there, feather in there. Okay. Now, the gator's sitting still because I'm not touching those sensors anymore. So now I got him to open up his mouth without trying to rip it open. A lot of people do that. It does hurt the gator's mouth. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick my head on the edge of his open jaws. Well, my chin has what on it? Well, hairs, right? So it's a different texture. Hopefully the gator won't bite me in the face. Either way, this is the grand finale of the show. It's called The Face Off. Please get a good picture. I know, what a rough life.
That's legit.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know I don't necessarily like go in there with sticks and try to hit the gators and stuff like that, because that makes them give you a huge response. But you know what happens? Is that what you guys don't see is sometimes, like in shows like that, you know, the gators get very stressed out, and they do that every show. And if you do that, it takes a toll on the creature. So with these shows, it's a little lower energy, but it's good for the animal, and I appreciate that. And what we do here, we breed these alligators, we release as many as we can to the wild before they're old enough to remember people are feeding them, and the rest get sold off to zoos all over the country, or they stay here for their whole life. And so we try to do a lot of good work here, so I hope you guys can really appreciate that. Now we're going to go ahead and share with you some of our baby gators. You're going to get to hold one. The mouths are taped up. They can breathe just fine with their mouth taped shut, like my father used to tell me when I was 5 years old. So I'm actually, my dad's flying into town tonight from Texas. I haven't seen him in over a year, so I'm actually really excited to see him. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. Absolutely, yeah, no, I haven't. It's gonna good father-son time. Now I'm gonna show you how to hold the baby gators. Please be nice to them. They don't live in the barrel. I grab 2 different ones each morning and tape off their mouth and put them in the water there. And then at the end of the day, they go back to where you guys have seen the other baby gators at this park. So you're gonna grab around the neck. Please don't grab the chest. You're gonna squeeze his ribs, and it's gonna hurt him. But you can squeeze the neck, and there's a lot of muscle. It's all padding, so you're okay. Now also, another thing, don't squeeze here. Why wouldn't you want to squeeze here? This is where they have the genitals, okay? Think about what you're doing. People squeeze the gators here all the time, right under the legs, and the gator's freaking out. You're like, ah, ah, ah. Think about what you're doing, okay? Down here, and you'll be just fine. Who wants to go first?
I'll take it.
All right, very good. Okay, grab them right there, perfect. Turn around, smile really big. And then as soon as you're done getting your picture, pass them on to the next person that comes up. You guys, we got gator number 2 coming out right over here. Hope you enjoyed my show. If you did, feel free to show your appreciation at the exit and ask me a question about gators. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, wow, that was depressing. Oh, I hope you're doing good on the inside, all right? Well, my name is Tyler. I've been handling gators and crocodiles for the last 10 years. How are you guys doing? I had you sit on an alligator at Miccosukee Indian Village a whole bunch of times. That's right. That's right. So you guys know me as my last name, which is Britt. And yeah, my first name is Tyler. I haven't seen you in years. It's good to see you. Oh man, I got nostalgia going through my system. Yeah. Now, folks, well, I want to welcome you all to the Everglades Alligator Farm. Again, my name is Tyler. If you have any questions, shout out to us. Now, I'm going to throw some food to these alligators during your show. And I want you to just pay close attention to when the alligators react to the food. You're going to learn a lot about them just by watching them very carefully. Now, what do you guys think we're going to throw to the alligators during the show? What do you think's in this bucket? What did you say, children? Chicken. Oh, I'm sorry, chicken. No. Yeah, so no children, but we do have sometimes chicken I throw to the alligators. What else do you think? What else do gators like? Fish maybe. Maybe, yeah, they like pork, they like chicken, fish, rats sometimes, things like that. So actually, I've got some mystery meat in here. No, it's just whatever I thought. I got some scallops, I got some steak, a little roast beef, got some nice good sized chunks. So that's what we got on the menu today. Now I'm going to start by throwing one of these pieces in there, and you folks are going to tell me just when the alligators react to the food. Yummy. Okay, so when did the alligators react to that food?
When it hit the ground.
Very good, when it hit the ground. That's when the alligators reacted. So if the alligators wait for the food to hit the ground before they do anything, are they hunting with their eyes or with their ears?
Sound. Yeah,
With their ears. They're reacting to sound. Very good. So now I'm going to throw some food in the water, and I want you folks to tell me if we're going to see a bigger or a smaller reaction from the alligators.
Bigger.
Why bigger reaction in the water?
You're gonna think it's something big, like a fish or something.
The sound. It's going to very good. It's going to be more sound when I throw the food because the splash. The water's going to make a lot of noise. Here we go. That was terrible. Let's try it again. The wind is giving me trouble. It's a big floppy piece of meat here. All right. So the wind's screwing it up. But anyway, you guys get the idea. The alligators mostly react to things they hear, not so much what they see. So the alligators are going to be hunting at nighttime in the water because that's when their hearing is going to be at its most advantageous. The alligators are out only usually hunting at night and usually deep in the water or in shallow water. So you don't have to worry about alligators hunting you on land during the day. That's not going to happen. But people always say, if you get attacked by an alligator, gator chases you, you're supposed to run in zigzag. And that's a lie. The alligators don't chase people on land unless you're doing something like feeding them, so you don't ever want to feed an alligator because it's strong enough to tear your hand off. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Now I have almost been multiple times during these meetings. It's no joke. he actually knows his name. So now that we've learned some things, let's see some cool things. I'm gonna call this alligator guy Danny, and let's see if he comes over. Watch that big guy with the tail curled in. Ballistic. Ballistic, come here, baby. Come on. Ballistic, come on. Don't be lazy on me now. Being lazy. He's what you call stubborn and intelligent, like a teenager. Ballistic, come here. Come on. Open your mouth. You got no gift. So as much as I make the alligators look cute and sweet, which they are, don't ever try to feed a wild gator because not only is it illegal, okay? Oh yeah, folks, as cute as your kids are, we don't want them in everybody's pictures. We just want to make sure that we keep everybody in their seats during the show, please. So most alligators have a feeding reaction like this guy. Come here. Open your mouth. Got some scallops in there. How's that taste, bud? Yeah, he's gonna have the runs later. But anyway, but some alligators don't care if you have food in your hands or not. They're gonna try to grab you regardless. So that's why these alligators have to be in captivity for their life. Now we do raise alligators here. We do breed them and we farm them. But we don't farm them for meat or for their skin. We actually make a product here called Gatorade. You guys heard of that? It's just a joke, guys. Okay. But anyway.
Because of the buzz.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, so sometimes the birds, they won't attack me luckily, but sometimes they'll stimulate the alligators to start hunting some things. The alligators, I think they've only attacked one of these guys since I've been here about a year and a half. Now, we got an alligator out there in the water that doesn't know his name. Let me see if I can call him out. It's been a long, hot day. He might not come up to me, but let's see. Gotta get an eye on him first. Yeah, that buzzard is waiting patiently. Champion! Every 2 weeks. Almost got it. Let's see, who else wants a little scallop here? A little treat. Nice catch, bud. That's delicious. Now, alligators in the wild, even though they're big and strong, they only eat small things like frogs, fish, things like that. Okay? So you don't have to worry about them attacking you unless, of course, you jump in the water next to one. The splash is going to bring them after you, and all they can see is your head on the surface of the water, and that's an easy target. And then the other alligators, too. When you get really close to one, they're going to get scared. And scared animals are actually more dangerous than the other kind. So if you scare an animal that's very, very powerful, you never really know what's going to happen. I've been chased by a scared I scared a wild alligator by mistake. Somebody was watching my show in the auditorium over there. That's the other show we do here. And his sunglasses fell off. He was on the stairs. So I went behind the stairs, grabbed it, and there was a wild alligator there. I snapped in his face. I went like this, no reaction, totally chill looking. I go 5 feet away to bend down to grab the sunglasses, and he went like almost grabbed me in the head, and then I jumped over the fence and he almost grabbed me in the leg. It was about this size, but a little bit skinnier. Okay? really gnarly looking, really fast. The alligators are no joke, so please don't ever see what I do here and try to go do it at home. I know life is so hard for the alligators. But again, every 2 weeks we'll dump about 1,000 pounds of beef, chicken, and pork donated from Walmart, and that's what we dump in there with the big machine at the end of every 2-week period. Alrighty folks, we have one piece of food left for these alligators. I know I didn't get eaten during the show, but I hope you still enjoyed it anyway. Have a great day, everybody. You take care. If you got questions, come on up to the gate, please.